wabarakatuh. I know you've been eagerly waiting for advice 12. Well, those of you that are or were eagerly waiting, I'm apologizing. Remember, in advice 11, I was on my way to Kuwait. And the circumstances in Kuwait were not really conducive for me to do recordings each day. I was out most of the time meeting with various charitable organizations and individuals, etc., to support our Ramadan, campaign, to especially focus on the big project, the mega project of scholarships for the youth of Africa, African youth, to be followed by scholarships for Asian youth. These are the areas where Muslims are concentrated in the third world. And so we have launched a project this Ramadan, and we hope to revive it every Ramadan to give more and more support and momentum to the education of the youth, because it is our belief, it is the motto of the Islamic Online University, that the change that is needed by the Ummah will only take place through this channel. I mean, of course, we know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, can cause change in any way, shape, or form that He wishes. However, the change which takes place through the change in people, that change will be manifest in their outward actions. And that's when change can take place also in society. So, anyway, that's the philosophy behind our Ramadan campaign for Africa. And there are a lot of other details there. I won't go into it now because you're here for the Ramadan advice. So, a gap took place almost 8 days, 9 days since I last gave some advice for Ramadan. And we have now entered into the last 10. So advice, first and foremost, is do i'tikaf. Try to get into the masjid and spend as many days from these last 10 days as you can, humanly, financially, whatever. Do it. For women also, I know a lot of women say, oh no, the women sleeping in the mosque, and this was the sunnah of the wives of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They used to join him in i'tikaf in the masjid. So my advice is that you make the time, even if it's only the last 5 days or the last 3 days, whatever. Start it, at least this Ramadan. I know for most of you, the vast majority of Muslims, they never make i'tikaf. They live their whole lives and never make i'tikaf in the masjid. And this was a sunnah muakkada of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Every Ramadan he used to do it. So for him to do it, and he is the messenger of Allah, every Ramadan, it means it's something worth considering, something worth making the sacrifice for, because he has given us that example. And those last 10, he used to strive even that much harder. He would, avoid the wives in terms of, sexual relations. Even in the night of Ramadan, he just shut everything down. He's in the masjid, reading the Quran, revising with Jibreel. The Sahaba, his wives are there in the masjid, other women are there in the masjid, etc. And the focus there is on Ibaadah for these last 10. An extra push before the month ends. So it's worth giving it serious consideration. We make time for our vacations every year. We're given so much time off, and we plan and we go ahead and we travel here, travel there, vacations. This is far, far more important. So let us try to make some time, At least this year, start it. Okay, I understand it may be difficult now just at the last minute to go and do the last 10 days. Commit yourself, start from today, and so be it. For most people it will be quite difficult. But for many people it's not. For those of you that it's not, then go ahead and do it. Don't give any excuses. Just go ahead and do it. But for those of you that it's difficult, at least try to get in the last 5, the last 3, even 1, if that's all you can do. Now some people go into half an hour. Can I go for i'tikaf for half an hour? No, please. Let's not go any less than a day, right? 1 day, that's i'tikaf. Anything else, you're just visiting the masjid. You're visiting the masjid, 24 hours, let's keep that as the lowest, common denominator. Let's at least do that for this Ramadan. So I think that's plenty to think about, to reflect on, and try to apply. So I'm going to just stop here, try to keep it short. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.